Hey guys, Steve, Different Chick Farm and Orchards. I thought today we would plant some potatoes, and I thought we'd bring you along for the journey. Um, we've got some pretty cool varieties going in the ground here today. We'll discuss them with you, show you a few things you need, show you and talk about planting methods, and so on and so forth. So, before we get to planting methods, let's look at what we got here. So, we cut these a few days ago, probably about 5 days ago, and gives them time to do some healing over. These are Huckleberry Gold. The Huckleberry Gold is a low glycemic potato, which means it's better for patients with sugar issues or diabetes. And here we have just a few of the chieftains. So got them ready to go in the ground. And this one is a mixed bucket between Banana and Purple Majesty. And then we have Amorosa. So Amorosa is cool. Look at that potato, it's red inside. Isn't that just awesome looking? So now we also have our garden tone here. So that's the fertilizer we'll be using. I have a measuring stick, yardstick. You can also use a tape measure. And I use this to lay out my rolls. You can see I already have my rolls marked. Got to go mark that end. And I have my trusty hoe ready. And I also have my tomato stakes. Now these are, as you can see, the older ones that's broke because they're not going to be supporting no weight. These are just so I can mark my roll for my varieties. Totally optional, it's not necessary. I have a hammer, good big one. And then I have the string rope to lay off my rolls. So let's go get the other tool that we're going to need. So this next tool that I've got is not necessary. It will make the job a little better, but you can do every bit of this with a hoe. So it's just all in what you're looking to do and accomplish. Get this outside and we will look at it. Hope I ain't making you too dizzy with the camera operation here. We got to order a new camera stand. The other one broke. All right. So here is our other tool. It's a double wheel hoe. And this wheel hoe is from Haas Tools. And I keep my attachments for it under the side-by-side hood, because generally that's what we're hauling it in. And so here's what we'll be using. It's got attachments for weeding, for tilling, and if nobody hasn't removed it, I should have a wrench in here somewhere I got to dig out. So, all right, I'll bring you back in a second. take my hoe and finish the beginning of this roll. If I didn't have the stake here, I could do it all for wheel hoe. So it's just that simple. You saw I went ahead and moved the rope over to the next roll while I was down there, because that'll save me a walk back to the other end of the garden plot. These plots are a little over 100 foot long. They're technically supposed to be 100 foot, but I got a few extra potatoes, and so I'm going to use the full length of the plot instead of just the 100 foot that I normally use. So I'm going to plant some potatoes. The planting of these potatoes is going to be roughly a 12-inch spacing, and I'm not going to go down through there and measure every one. Too time consuming. It doesn't matter. I will just be dropping them, and then we'll come back. I can use the same wheel hoe. I turn the attachments around on it, but I can use the same wheel hoe to cover this furrow back up as I did to open this furrow. So, all right, let me go get these planted. All right, everybody. Well, it is, as you can see, edge of dark. Sun's behind the trees over here. But good news is I'm about done. And the great news is my helpers showed up. There's Daniel. They showed up to help finish this last roll that we're planting. I do have about 4 more rolls to plant, but they won't be here. I got 1 more roll to plant in here. So I thought I'd bring you back and show you how we close the roll up and show you what we've got. Now, also wanted to mention to you, when you plant your seed potatoes, sometimes I assume people know and come from a gardening background. You know, I grew up gardening even when I didn't want to garden. Thought it was a horrible chore. And now here I am gardening for a living. But boys, homesteading is an awesome life. We really love farming. We love what we do. We have a passion for it. It's not the most financially feasible thing on the face of the planet, but I tell you what, I think it's going to be exactly what we want. We've been at this now for several years, and it gets better every year. And I know eventually there'll be a really bad year, more than likely, but we're going to pray that there's not. So anyway, Tiffany just finished up the banana, and all these are organic seed potatoes. Guys, if you start with a seed potato that is not organic, and try to grow it organic. It's not organic. If you use non-organic fertilizer, it's not organic. So I showed you we use the garden tone. There's Jack. He come in time just for the job to be done. And so right here, I've turned the hoe attachments around so that will cover the potatoes. And I am going to go down through our fertilizing, and I'm going to let Tiffany come behind me with the wheel hoe, and she can close it in. And as you can see, we got one roll of Huckleberry Gold. And guys, I put the date on here as to when I planted these. Huckleberry Gold, date. Amorosa, date. And then I've got 3 stakes there for the Amorosa and the Chieftain and Banana and Purple Majesty we didn't have like big quantities of. So those I separated in the rolls so we'll know what we have, and know the date will help us know the day it's going to be mature and ready to harvest. Of course, we'll be able to judge by the top of the ground too, but it's also good to have an idea. Hey, my potatoes should be ready in 2 weeks. Look at that cute girl back there.
What? Where?
Adorable, I tell you. All right, guys, let's get this done. All right, guys, so like I said, I'm just going to go right here in front of Tiffany and fertilize these. Now this ground is a little rockier than is ideal, so we'll go back along with the hoe. And make sure all these potatoes are covered. obviously, guys, you want to make sure your potatoes stay covered. So after it rains this weekend, I will come back out here, me or Tiffany, one or both, and we'll go through this again, make sure all these potatoes are covered. So right now we've got that. I've still got this 4th row that we're going to do, and we've got a red, white, and blue mix of potatoes that we will do in it. All right, guys, this is where we go find something to eat. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
I'm tired. My stomach's tired of not eating.
Daniel, are you hungry? Daniel's hungry.
Daniel, are you hungry?
Uh-huh.
So, hey, guys, if you like garden tours, if you like little simple facts on showing you how to garden, and some of our stuff will get into more complex and detailed, but a lot of our stuff is just going to be simply showing you how to homestead yourself, showing you how to grow a garden, showing you things you can do to preserve things on your farm, things you can do to make your life better, maybe simpler, not always easier.
For sure.
Homesteading is a hard job. We have added this year to our chores. We used to do years ago some chickens, and we raised some for meat, but we've added this year several egg layers, and we're adding at least 1 batch and probably 2 batches of meat birds. So we'll bring you along for that journey too if you want to see it. Make sure you like and subscribe for these garden ideas. So that's where we say, see you later.